All right, here we go. Halfway through the season, it's week 7 at Mugello. Redemption Weekly Racing Series Audi GT3 Challenge. You're looking at the conditions, 78 degrees. Sun is shining. Track temp 126. We'll see how these drivers deal with that for 45 minutes around Mugello today. As we go ahead and take a look at your grid. Looking at your pole sitter right there out of Alberta, Canada. The 13. That's Riley Marchant. Right next to Riley, you got the 98 out of Hillsborough, New Hampshire for Backdraft Motorsports, Jace Hott. Right behind Jace, starting in the 3rd position, the 84, Stephen Hott, owner-operator of Backdraft Motorsports. Right beside Stephen, you got the 19 of Matthew Stewart, the Stu Rat out of Red Oak, Texas, Backdraft Motorsports. And as always in the number 6, black and yellow machine, out of Warren, Illinois, that's Kyle Bolin, Backdraft Motorsports. Notably, not in the field, Jace Dalmelin, which is huge. Huge for him and huge for the drivers here in the sense that they're going to be able to make up a lot of points. Currently, right now, your points leader, the 84, Stephen Hott. Right behind him, the 98 of Jace Hott. Jace Dalmolin sitting in that 3rd position right now, but not going to be after this race. We'll see just how far back it'll drop him. Stu Rat definitely looking to make up some ground here in this one. But Riley Marchant has the pole. We'll see how many bonus points he can rack up today. We'll see if Lil Hot can put together a race today. Keep it on the track. Been having trouble with that recently. Track map is up. Gaps are up. Lights are off on the pace car. We're just waiting to go green. Just a couple more corners here. We'll cut them loose for 45 minutes. 50% fuel load on board with the drivers today. 3 sets of tires in the pits. Though I doubt they'll use that many, they are there. Some of these races, the drivers don't take tires, but I think today they're going to take them. With 126 degree track temp and only getting hotter as the race goes on, I think they're going to cook those tires right off the cars. We'll see. Who can be mistake-free for 45 minutes? Who can hold it together? This pace car is coming into the last corner right now. Riley Marchant already wrapped up 1 bonus point for taking the pole. See how many more points he can rack up today. Getting ready to go green. Here we go. Up from the gears. Green flag is out. Heavy braking zone down here into turn 1. Let's see how the drivers deal with it. Looks like everyone through there pretty cleanly. Oh, a little sideways there for the 84. going to slip in behind the 19, Matthew Stewart. So right now, Marchant, Lil Hot, Stu-Rat, Stephen Hott, Kyle Boland. That's your running order. Stu-Rat, he's going to look to the 90 inside of the 98 here, and he'll have that all day long. Stu-Rat putting some distance between him and the 84 early, looking to chase down Riley. Stephen Hott looking to get around the 98 of Jace Hott here. Jace pretty smooth so far. Out front, Riley's got a 2-second gap over Stu-Rat. Down the front stretch, Riley's opened up that lead. Another heavy braking zone. No problem there for our drivers. Kyle Boland making his way through there. Stu-Rat, little off track there. Riley's got about 2.5 seconds on Matthew Stewart now. Closest battle on track right now, the 84 and the 98. 84 is going to look to the outside. Nothing there this time. And Jace Hott will pull over and say, go ahead. Have at it. So the 84 will set his sights on Stu-Rat. But there's a 4-second gap right now between those two cars. As out front, Riley Marchant continues to lead. Stu-Rat. A little off track back there. He ran it wide in that last corner. A little sharp, almost like a U-turn, double apex corner there. Heavy braking zone coming up. Stephen Hott able to close in on the 19, capitalize on the mistake. As he's all over the back bumper, Matthew Stewart now. Meanwhile, Riley almost 7 seconds ahead. Huge gap. Riley has found his groove around this track. The 84 is going to get by the 19. Move Stephen Hott up to P2. Stu-Rat looking to take it back. Good battle going on here between Jace Hott and Matthew Stewart. Matthew Stewart a little loose. Not enough room for 2 cars through that chicane. Jason wisely lifts. A little wide coming out of that corner. Down into turn 1 they go. Able to make it through safely. Out front, Riley almost 10 seconds on everybody right now. Nice and smooth. Kyle Bolin running one of his smoother races, one of his cleaner road races right now. Looks to not be having any issues out back. Meanwhile, the 19 looking to take second back from Stephen Hott here. Real close battle here. Stephen Hott, Matthew Stewart. Someone should tell them they got over 37 minutes to go. Stewart sliding that Audi around the corner back there. You saw him in a 4-wheel drift around the corner. Again, closest battle we got on the track right here. Matthew Stewart right now getting through those tight turns just a little bit better than Stephen Hott is. You see the gap close up. Within about a car length now. Oh, oh, oh! And the 84.
Really?
Jeez. About loses it. Stephen Hott had himself a moment there. So move Stewart up to P2. Stephen Hott back to P3. Jace Hott, P4. Kyle Bolin still running to P5. Out front, nothing's changed. Riley Marchand still your leader. The 84 with a good run here. Heavy braking zone coming up. Oh! Matt Stewart, would you give me the position?
I'd love to.
My goodness. Stephen Hott went in there with some ARCA brakes. Matthew Stewart with an evasive maneuver saves both cars there. As he goes high. That was close. Meanwhile, up front, Riley Marchand, almost 11 seconds now. Over the second place car, Stephen Hott. As him and Matthew Stewart continue to battle it out. Back there for second. Jace Hott right now. He's about 35 seconds or so behind second and third. They're keeping it smooth out here. That's what he needs to do. There's Kyle Bolin. Let's watch Kyle work a couple of these corners. It don't handle like a dirt street stock. Got a couple more gears. Back up to the battle. Stephen Hott and Stu Rat. Gap's opened up a little bit. Got about a second between them now. Meanwhile, Riley up here has just hit 12 seconds ahead of him. It's a comfortable little gap. You gotta wonder how much tire he's saving, if any. We'll have to see what his strategy is gonna be. Is he running fast enough to burn up those tires? Will it affect him in the long run? Put up the last times. Riley Marchand last time by a 152.9. See Stephen Hott with a 154.5. Stu Rat pretty much identical, 154.520. So Riley, almost a couple seconds quicker here than the guys trying to chase him down. It's looking good early. 31 minutes to go. Almost a third of the way through this one. Put up the driver's best times. So the last time by was Riley's best lap. Kyle Bolin. Little off track there. Gets the ship righted. Kyle Bolin going to be a lap down after you just saw our leader Riley Marchand go by him. Looking at the best times though. Stephen Hott about 0.8 off of Riley Marchand. Stu Rat almost right on a second off. Those are pretty much his only challengers, if you want to say he has any right now. Put the gaps back up. Riley's got almost 15 seconds right now. As we're under 30 minutes to go here in this one. Riley all business in this one. Stephen Haas gained maybe another 2-3 tenths since we last checked over Matthew Stewart. But as we saw, pretty much running identical lap times right now. So not too much is changing in the battle, second and third there. Chase hot right now. Overdrove that one just a little bit. Whoa. Kyle Bolin with a little off track there. Gets it pointed in the right direction. Doesn't look like the car took any damage. Fortunate there. A lot of room on this track to go off and not hit a wall. Very few places where if you go off and it's not that fast, you're going to hit something. Pretty forgiving, but you definitely don't want to lose time regardless. Speaking of going off track, the 84 taking the scenic route there to start that chicane. Stephen Hott trying to hold off Matthew Stewart here. Stu Rat is charging. Let's go on board with Matthew Stewart. You see Stu right there working his way through the S-curves, trying to run down the 84 Stephen Hott. Out front, Riley Marchant continuing to do his thing. Over 15-second gap now built up between him and the 84 Stephen Hott. Nothing but clear track in front of them. You see Jace Hott rolling it down the pit lane right now. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened there. Let's find out what happened to the 98. Man, that was close. Went for quite the ride there. Back up front with your leader. So that's going to set Jace back. Not what he was looking for in this one. We'll look at lap times here. Riley a 153 flat that time. See Stephen Hott and Stu Rat's times as they come to the stripe. Stephen Hott 152.6 picked up the pace. Stu Rat a 153.9. Losing a little bit of pace there. Currently, fastest lap of the race, going to go to the 84, Stephen Hott. As he tries to reel in the 13 machine there of Riley. Just about 25 minutes to go in this one. There's your gap. The gap has stopped climbing and started shrinking. You see it really falling right there. Did Riley use up those tires a little bit? 84 is a coming. All kinds of different strategy being played in these races. Doesn't appear the 84 is saving tires. As he, oh no, oh, around he goes. Oh no. You saw it right there. Live as it happened. 84 goes around, fortunate not to give up anything except one position there. Didn't hit anything. Not gonna have to pit, but just lost 7 seconds to the leader. And Stu Rat says, thank you very much. I'll take second place. Meanwhile, Riley out front, you know he saw that. You know Riley was looking at his relative like, that just grew. I have more time now. So he doesn't need to push as hard. It's a nice feeling when you're out front. Stewart looking to shrink that gap. Under 16 seconds. We'll see what the 19 can do now. About trying to chase down Riley. That's been the game the whole race. Who can chase down Riley? Riley looking to lock up his bonus points for leading a lap, leading the most laps. He already led a lap. He already took the pole. Now he's just trying to lead the most laps and the fastest lap. The only one so far he doesn't have is the fastest lap. Try to maximize the point day. Chase Dalmelin is away right now. Anytime Jace is in this series, absolutely dominates it. Only participating in one race that he didn't win. Came in second in that race. It's the 84, all kinds of handling issues there. Stu-Rat is going to dip it in the pits for service. A little bit of strategy being played here, looks like. Looks like Stu-Rat going to cut the race in half. 21 minutes to go in this one. Riley Marchand out front by almost 20 seconds over Stephen Hott. As of yet, that 13 machine, mistake-free. Top the 84, though. We've seen him do donuts. Get loose a whole bunch of times. Slick track. We talked about the track temp early and how it would affect these drivers. And we've seen everyone off track so far, except Riley. as we check in on Kyle Bolin. $20 to go in this one. The Redemption Weekly Racing Series Audi GT3 Challenge, Week 7. We're here at Mugello for another 45-minute race. Riley looking to close in on that points lead. You saw a little bit of dirt kick up there. 15 incident points. We get these drivers a drive-through penalty. Depending on where you are, it can be pretty severe. This pit road, not too bad, but you still don't want to have to make a trip down it that you don't need to make. Certainly not as bad as last week's pit road at Spa. We saw that make a huge difference in the race. It's not raining out here, but the track, not ideal. Pretty hot, pretty slippery. As a few of these drivers have found out, spinning their cars out. Stu Rat closing in on the lap car of Kyle Bolin. Now Riley's going to have to pit. But that's your leader right there. Closing in on Stu Rat. Kyle Bolin going to stay low. Lets Matthew Stewart go. Up to see what kind of pace the 19 has here. Out on fresh tires. As he's already made his pit stop. See Matthew there with the same exact off track that we just saw Riley make a minute ago. Stephen Hott just about 25 seconds behind Riley right now. So Riley really got that lead stretched out. On the last lap was about 1.4 seconds slower than your leader. Riley running a smooth race right now. Doing everything he needs to do. Stewart that time by with a 1:54.0. There's your leader on pit road. Riley Marchant brings it in for service. Stephen Hott going to inherit the lead. Looks like he'll be picking up a bonus point for leading the lap here. It's going to be huge for him as he's trying to hang on to a championship lead. Knowing we have Jace Dalmelin coming back. Stu Rat right there in the hunt. Riley closing in. So the gaps are up. Riley, pit stop, done, over with, out on fresh tires. Stephen Hott on worn tires, going to be a lot slower right now. And he's only got 26 seconds and falling for a lead. over Riley. I do not think that's going to be enough time to pit and retain the lead, as Riley's going to go ahead and make the most of what he's got with under 15 minutes to go in this one. Stewart about a minute 20 off the leader right now. We'll see what that drops to once Stephen Hott has to come around and pit. Gotta be mistake free here for the 84. Stephen Hott's gonna bring it down pit road. Got in there a little hot. Hopefully wasn't speeding that time. Here comes Riley. You see on the track map, Stephen Hott still sitting there in the pits. There goes Riley. Back to the lead, the number 13. '84 still getting service just now, down and away. You see on your track map there, Stewart making his way up. So Riley gonna have about a 23.5 second cushion with 13 minutes to go in this one. Stephen Hott's got about 25 seconds or so. Back to Matthew Stewart. Pretty home free from there for the boys out back. Jace Hott, Kyle Boland, both being scored 1 lap down right now. Kyle just trying to keep it smooth. Just playing it cool. Waiting for the 98 of Jace Hott to slip up, make a mistake. We've seen Jace have troubles as of late. Jace testing the track limits there. Again, 15 incident points earns you a drive-through in this series. Can be very costly. Riley out front. He's padded his lead. He's added another 1.5 seconds to it. And Stephen Hott tries to run him down. Stewart about 26 seconds behind Stephen Hott right now, running in third. Looks to have a comfortable podium locked up, but trying to get one more spot. Taking a look at the last lap times, Riley Marchand 1:52.8. Almost good for fastest of the race. Certainly fastest that time by a country mile. You're looking at the pit lap time right there for Stephen Hott. Matthew Stewart about 1.6 off of that. Pretty good lap time back there for Jace Hott. I don't know, 153.1. It's consistency, though. It's 45-minute races. You just got to put it all together. And you got to do it over and over and over. You push too hard, it can bite you. You saw that earlier with Stephen Hott. As he got very, very lucky not to hit anything. Spun right in front of the 19 of Matthew Stewart. Look up front as Riley Marchant makes his way around the lap car. Kyle Bolin there. You look at the last lap time, Stephen Hott, a 1:52.122. That's the new fastest lap of the race. Let's check out the gaps here. He's cut it down about a second and a half in the last lap and a half. That pace not going to get it done still with 9 minutes to go in this one. I don't think Riley's pushing it too hard. He doesn't need to. Let's go on board with your leader. You heard him downshift there, just taking it nice and easy, not risking anything. Doesn't want to hit that incident point limit. A drive-through penalty would probably cost him his entire cushion. You see that's dropped now. As I don't know if he's looking in his mirror there, but off track there for Riley. That got exciting for a minute. Lead now down to 22.7, but not going to be enough without a big mistake here from the 13. Last time by, about a little over 2 seconds slower there for Riley than second place, but still not going to get it done as we're turning almost 2-minute laps, 7 minutes to go. That's not going to do it. Riley just continuing to be smooth and consistent in this one. Stewart going for it back there. Stewart, tons and tons of races in this Audi. Many endurance races, to include one right here on this very track. Knows his way around here well, knows the car well. A speeding penalty in the pits is the difference right now that you're looking at. Stewart, when he went into the pits very early, are the cones placed. And the marshal's got him for speeding, so he had to serve a 40-second penalty. So that's the difference right there. Otherwise, Stewart would have about a 7-second lead right now on the 84 Stephen Hott. 84 testing the track limits there. Just over 5 minutes to go in this one. Trying to keep everything together. See a little dirt kick up there. Back up front with your leader. Under 5 minutes to go. Riley just trying to stay smooth. Doesn't have to do anything too special here. Doesn't have to push the car. Just has to keep it on track. Somewhat decent pace, nothing crazy. And he's going to find himself with a victory here. Riley able to pull one off 2 weeks ago at Indy. Got a huge win there. Looking to do it again here at Mugello. See the gap right there? It's the beginning and the end of the straightaway. That's 21 seconds. Riley back to Stephen Hott. And then it's another 33 seconds from Stephen Hott back to Matthew Stewart. Jace Hott a lap down. Kyle Bolin 2 laps down. Jace Hott there. Goes for a little ride off track. Takes the scenic route around Mugello. Under 3 minutes to go. First, second, and third, really the only positions that are contested right now. Got Kyle Bolin on pit road right now. Riley still looking smooth. Under 2 minutes to go in this one. The 84 gonna dip underneath 6 of Kyle Bolin there. Kyle lets him go. .21.5 seconds up to Riley. Don't think the 84 is going to make it happen. Stewart, just about a minute to Riley at this point. About 37, 38 seconds or so up to second place. With about a minute to go in this one, everyone's going to be pretty comfortable just to stay where they're at, it looks like. Riley Marchant getting ready to come see the white flag. Barring some sort of catastrophic mistake, this should be his last trip around the circuit. He's going to come out of the last corner here to see the white flag this time by. Stephen Hott takes the white flag. 22 seconds behind your leader, Riley Marchant. Stewart a minute back. Jace Hott, he's a lap down. Kyle Bolin showing 3 laps down right now. But he's still having a good time. Riley, just a couple more corners to go to wrap this one up. Huge win here for Riley. He's going to capture all the bonus points except for fastest laps. The only one he did not manage to grab. Not going to do it on this lap on old tires. We saw Jace back there. He's having himself a time. Riley comes out of the last turn to take the checkered flag. There it is. Race winner, Riley Marchant. Gets it done here at Mugello. Second place driver, Stephen Hott. He's going to be able to finish this one off. Good run for him, just not enough. Couldn't get up there with Riley. Riley ran too good of a race. Stewart come into the last set of corners here. And he'll bring it around for P3. Stewart gonna just sneak by the line here. He'll line it up. And he'll get ready for post-race festivities, as will the rest of your drivers. But huge congratulations to number 13, Riley Marchant, out of Alberta, Canada, from Backdraft Motorsports. Big win for him here tonight. We appreciate you guys watching Redemption Weekly Racing Series, all the series that we run, especially this one here, the Audi GT3 Challenge Series. We hope you'll be with us next week. As always, Sunday nights, right after our Dirt Super Late Model race. We'll see you guys then.